everybody out there in YouTube land. I am Geek Girl Claire and welcome to another exciting Tamiya Mini 4WD video. So everybody's talking about this advanced pack. It's a NEO-VQS Advanced Pack and it's got a lot of cool features in it. So they give you a lot of parts in addition to the NEO-VQS to make this a totally awesome, balanced, tuned machine right out of the box. But what exactly does tuned mean? So tuned means different things to different people, of course. Now remember, I am not a super expert. I'm not even expert. I'm not even like an advanced person in this Mini 4WD stuff. I just recently got back into it after a 20+ year hiatus. So I came across this really cute racer, the Lupine racer. I came across things like the Festa Johnny and the Aero Avanti, and I built those. And amongst the most awesome things out there is this NEO-VQS Advanced Pack. And I put all the parts on it, and then I thought to myself, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this kit. It's got a lot of extra parts, and I added some things like these rollers, 19mm rollers, and these 13mm front rollers. And when I spin them, because they have ball bearings in them already, and if you set them up properly, that's the key, set them up properly, they should sound like they can spin forever. So the front ones are much better, for me anyway, than the back ones. I think the back ones, it's like there's a minute alignment problem such that it's causing this to not spin infinitely, but it's spinning quite a bit, so I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then I had an issue where one of the long screws here was bent, and I had to straighten it out so it wasn't, the weights weren't dropping and falling properly. It was kind of getting stuck right here. So I lubed up this screw with a little bit of the grease that's applied in the kit, and that really helped with the smoothness of how it raises and drops. Now, some of the things that I noticed about this kit, suppose we were to enter this into a tuned contest, a tuned championship, and we're not allowed to modify any parts. So one of the things that I thought about studying this kit was the fact that there was this front yellow plate, and it was sandwiched between these two FRP plates right here. It was basically, this was right in between, and it was attached to this front part. So I decided, hey, let's see what happens when we remove this part. Can we actually bind everything together? Yes, you can do so by attaching these two front screws right here. So instead of a whole bunch of extra screws attaching this, the FRP on top of this and then FRP on top, you're saving on a whole bunch of screws. So I've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra, I think there was just 4 extra screws. I think I had an extra screw in there. You save on the 4 extra screws in this yellow plate, and I weighed this, and it's 5 grams less. So it's really important to try to keep the weight of this machine down, especially if you want it to go faster. Now, remember, speed isn't always the thing that'll win races. So here's the thing. When you have that yellow bumper in the front, and this thing weighs 5 extra grams, that initial burst, that initial lap is gonna be a pretty slow lap. And then the power of the motor, it has to like basically make this whole thing catch up in speed so that eventually you get your nice times of 1.2 seconds around the oval home circuit, for example. So 1.2 seconds was my fastest with this yellow plate installed. Now I had a fresh set of batteries in there. Now that I removed this, I've been getting some pretty consistent lap speeds right out of the gate. So right now the batteries are not as fresh as they were when I first installed them. So I've been able to consistently get in the 1.3s. From the initial lap, 1.3, I think I see, I'll post the numbers up there. Initially it's 1.3 something, and then it stays at 1.3. So it's a very nice consistent run all around the oval, just by removing that yellow front bumper. Then I was thinking, what are some of the other things that I can do to make this into a super awesome racer? Well, if you have an Anki overdrive set, you've got this thing, which is basically a tire cleaner. So all this basically is a sticky pad. And instead of using the prescribed tape to clean the tires, you can basically use this Anki overdrive tire cleaning pad, and it works just as well, if not better. It really takes off the dust on the tires. Also, if you look at the tires here, I have I have a set of tires. The back set of tires is from the X Flowly set. So these were super hard tires also, but there was a slight difference in the bezel of the tire. So this to me says that even though this is super hard and the ones that came with the kit are super hard, there's a slight difference between the two. So I decided to put the super hard X Flowly tires in the back and the super hard tires that came in the NEO-VQS kit in the front. I also decided to use the chrome wheels from the X Flowly kit just because this looks pretty nice with the X Flowly chrome wheels. Then I was thinking, what else can be done with this machine? Well, if you look at the back side of this, take a look at the way these little mini, I don't know what they're called, side damper sticks or side popsicle sticks. Notice they attach here and then they extend out like this. And then I was thinking, wait, why don't you have two holes right here, two perfectly good holes? Why don't you somehow extend this out here and then have the weight resting here? So here's the funny business about this. You can actually take this, flip it upside down, put it on the other side, and then you've got something where you can actually attach so here is where you would, these two would be attached to here. Imagine this upside down on the other side, and then you would attach the weight here on the outside. However, this thing is in the way. So these two side gills are in the way. So if I were to modify this whole thing in my next NEO-VQS Advanced Pack set, if I were to modify this thing and make it an open class machine, then I would shave these things off. I would basically completely cut these things off because I think, yeah, tuned class you're not allowed to modify the bodies, but open class anything goes. So remove these parts. And then another thing is, do we really need the tail, right? The tail is a little bit of weight right there. Also, Tamiya has introduced a whole series of these little latches right here that close the top and the bottom parts of the vehicle together. So you can actually shave these little two pins down so that you get like less weight on this part right here. So that all of that will decrease the weight of this machine. So I was thinking, what else can I do to shave? Maybe I can shave off some other parts and make this weigh even less. Yes, you can get rid of all that extra stuff there just by shaving it down with a Dremel. You can get rid of any excess stuff that you don't need around here, such as these parts right here. So you really only need this inner part here where the blue is. So you can shave all that down. And yeah, then you can replace this top part here with a polycarbonate body, and you attach it with what they call popsicle sticks, carbon fiber sticks to the front, and then you've got this lantern device. Now, lanterns are not allowed in tune class, but I think they are allowed in open class vehicles. So you'll have to construct a lantern out of these expensive popsicle sticks. I think there's probably a way to construct all of these things using the cheaper FRPs, and I'm sure some people have devised that. And I was thinking, well, what else can be done to make this lighter? Well, once you place these side weights here on these screws here, when you have the little side dampers extending out here, you don't need these wings anymore. So you can basically lop these off using a Dremel or a shaving tool or whatever, so that you get this to be smooth right here. So that decreases the weight even further. And then I was thinking, what else can be done to keep this all, keep the structural integrity and lower the weight even more? There's a lot of other things to shave off of this if you really want to lower the weight. Now remember, I'm not an expert. I'm just a very scientific person, and I study things that kind of interest me. So you'll see on my channel, I've got a lot of like Mac videos. I've got like other types of analysis type videos. I review things. So I'm just looking at this from a pure like laygirl or a layperson's type of view, where I'm just like, these are obvious things that can make the machine faster. So yeah, we call these cars machines in the Tamiya Mini 4WD world, and it's pretty cool. It is a machine. It's got this really slick motor in there. So yeah, if you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel where you'll see more videos just like this for Mini 4WD, for things like Mac stuff, for other technologies, for Hungry Harvest. blemished fruits boxes to yoga. So I'm also a yoga champion in the world, so you can get to see all those videos too. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in this channel. So until next time, everybody, see ya, bye.